We back on Smoke Sports. Game 1 of the finals already happened. We're gonna give a recap of that game. Man, first off, congrats to both teams who made it there. Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. I think it's gonna be an interesting series, even though my man Chris Paul, yes, Chris Paul, 16-year veteran, was getting a bucket last night. 32 points. 32 points. He almost had a double-double. 32 points. Giannis, I thought Giannis wasn't going to play. It was a game-time decision. Ended up playing. He had about 17 boards, 20 points. He had a solid game. I feel like he could have scored a little bit more. But him not scoring that much, Chris Middleton picked up, had 29, 7 boards, 4 assists. They started around and played decent, but they didn't really get no help from the bench. Which, look, if we gonna look at the Suns bench, who picked up, they had 20, 22 points, and then almost every starter's in double figures except Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder didn't have a good game. He's over 5, but he had 9 boards. And Chris Paul really stuck out. 32 points, 9 assists, 4 from 7 for 3. I'm gonna say it again, 4 for 7 from the 3-point field. He was getting a bucket. He was hot last night. D-Book had 27. He's 1 for 8. And I think that's the only problem that's separating D-Book from being a superstar. He's on that superstar level, but once he gets that 3-point, once he gets a better 3-point game, it's a wrap. Because I think that's what's separating him from taking that next step in his game, is 3-point shot. Because 1 for 8, that's not good. But he still had 27 points. 8 for 21 on the field, not that good either. But big guy had almost 20 boards. He had a double-double, 8 and 19 boards, 22 points. He's really surprised. He really surprised me this whole season, because coming into the postseason, I didn't really think Aiden was going to be able to deal with Jokic. Well, first off, start off with AD, and then had to deal with Jokic, and now Giannis and Zubac. Well, Zubac not on that, Jokic and Giannis and AD level, but still. First playoffs had been having a phenomenal playoffs campaign too. He had 10 points off the bench last night. The way this series is gonna go, I feel like if Giannis isn't 100%, this series is gonna be over quick in 5 games. 5 games. I'm gonna get the Bucks at least 1 game, but game 2, whoever win game 2, I think if the Suns go up 2-0, I think it's a wrap. It's gonna be either a sweep or, like I said, 5-1. Cause I feel like Phoenix, they too quick. They too gifted with the guards compared to the other side. I mean, you got a veteran Drew Holiday, who's a great defender, a phenomenal defender, but Chris Paul had 32 last night. So, man, good. I guess what's it say? Good defense, better offense, but it looked like it was a better offensive game for Chris Paul last night. We're gonna talk about too. We're gonna talk about the Olympics. This is really. First off, congrats to everybody who made the Olympic team for the U.S. men's team. I like our team so far. They just started practice in Vegas this week. I like our chances against anybody, and honestly, in every single sport, because we just breed athletes. You feel me? But we're gonna talk about who's on that roster. We got Jason Tatum, Brooke Lopez, Chris Middleton, Kemba Walker, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Harris on there, Jaylen Brown, Miles Turner, Harrison Barnes, Marcus Smart, and some of these players I think eventually are not going to make the team, because some of the players right now they had to fill in some spots, because some of the players who got selected for the final 12-man roster is still playing. But like I said, Bradley Beal on there, of course, KD, Draymond Green, Zach LaVine, Dame Lillard. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna get a gold medal in basketball. That ain't gonna be no problem right there. But one thing it's really confusing me. The way they treating the black women this year, or African Americans period, in this whole Tokyo Olympics. Starting off with how they said the swimming cap rule, like So basically, I'm reading this right. It says swimming caps for natural black hair are ruled out into Olympic Games. And you can look it up. It's all over social media. They can't wear swim caps anymore, which I really don't get. Honestly, Tokyo throwing shade. I don't know what's going on. I can't really call it. But it's just sad though, we're in 2021 and we got little stipulations against our women at the Olympics. You feel me? And then we all know about having to track star Shakira Richardson. She broke the record in the 100 at the trials, and then later they found out. Well, actually, obviously, well, not later we found out, but later we found out she failed her marijuana drug test. Which, first off, she had something going on. Her biological mother died. Prayers out to her, and I feel like everybody make mistakes. Yeah, she shouldn't have done this. Everybody, of course, we adults, we all know right from wrong. But if we're being perfectly honest, in all major sports right now, marijuana is, I wouldn't say it's legal, but they do not test for that no more. Marijuana is not considered a performance-enhancing drug. So I don't understand why they still testing for it. No, I'm not saying it's okay to smoke marijuana and perform as an athlete, but it's legal almost it's about to be legal in America. And I'm pretty sure the state she was in, where it happened, it was legal. But I'm not saying that she's 100% right. But I don't feel like she should be kicked out for the whole Olympics. Okay, the 30-day suspension was what the rules was, the 30-day suspension. But they say she can't even run in the relays. And I'm like, I'm really like baffled. I'm like, come on now. I seen somebody had tested like a while. I ain't gonna lie, I seen it. It was I forgot what race she was, but it was a different race than African American. But she had tested positive for steroids, and she said something like she ate a burrito. That's why she tested positive, and then I don't think anything happened to her. But we got multiple times when I guess I was about to say Michael Phelps, but you feel me? That's different though. He was caught. It's a little different, but we got several athletes. Serena Williams says she's not going to Tokyo Olympics. Oh, it was two. What is the? Oh, we're gonna talk about that. So they're banning athletes from wearing a Black Lives Matter T-shirts and clothing at the Tokyo Olympics, which I don't really understand either. Like I feel like that's another race thing. I feel like it's, like I said, it's another race thing. Shawnszn Vows is getting penalized for being too athletic, and for the gymnastics, she's getting penalized for that. And all this stuff I'm reading is fact. Y'all can look all this stuff up. And then Namibian teenagers out of 400 out of the Olympic 400 meter are getting disqualified. I'm really with Steven Jackson. Y'all know Steven Jackson is All Smoke Podcast, retired NBA player. I'm with him saying we should boycott the Olympics. All Africa. Don't y'all think? We're gonna ask y'all know what's going on with the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Don't y'all think we should boycott the Olympics? What y'all think?
Yeah, I think we should, because they not being equal right now. But we dominate the Olympics every year, so it's like with their.
You don't see what they doing
But they let her run still.
No, they said she can't run. She banned. She can't do relays. She can't do nothing.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't know about that.
I'm with my man Steven Jackson. We should boycott the Olympics because they just about to be making money off us, like what they've been doing in sports, and they do in America all the time, and keep making money off us. But please let me know what y'all think at the bottom. First off, let me know who y'all got winning the finals and the finals MVP. And plus, let me know, comment at the bottom of the video, let me know, should we boycott the Olympics? Please let me know right there at the bottom. Thank you for tuning in. Smoke Sports Network. Smoke Sports on Instagram. We out. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah, I feel like they should boycott that shit.
If they boycotted, they should.
Damn, oh, wow.
My vows to the game. When you in front of me and you away from me, hope your ass staying the same.